Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so as you can see, this video is going to be about the games I've been playing recently. Thought I'd do one of these. I haven't done a video like this for a long time, and the reason is I really haven't had that many games to play, like modern games at least. That's generally what I talk about in these videos, not so much the retro side, because obviously that's the majority of my channel, and I do gameplays for most of those anyway. So these are all going to be current gen pickups, PS4, and 3 games, really great games. Well, 2 great games. Yeah, the third one's an interesting one. Yeah, so the first one I got recently was Wolfenstein: The New Order, and apparently the disc has fallen out of the case, so that's clever. Don't know that's happened. Yeah, so Wolfenstein: The New Order, really, really good. Excellent game. Didn't really know what to expect. When it first got announced, I was a bit, it didn't look too good to me. But as it got closer to launch, it started looking really interesting, and I thought, I might want to play that. Saw the reviews came in, bit of a mixed bag, quite a lot of positivity. Some people wasn't that impressed with it, but I still thought, yeah, it looks quite good, I'm going to enjoy that, and I'll give it a shot. So the price came down, I picked it up, played it. Really, really fun. One of the best Wolfensteins in a long time. Definitely better than the one that was on PS3 and Xbox 360. I didn't like that game too much. It was too open world and it just didn't feel like a Wolfenstein game to me at all. I didn't enjoy that at all. This one is really good. A lot has been made about the fact that the intro is overly long, and it is. It's kind of strange because you start the game in an aeroplane, and there's a bit of a sequence which, from what I understood from the reviews, was really long. It actually isn't that long. It's not that bad at all. It's over quite quickly. But then it's really strange because you're playing the game and you're in World War II. And it goes on for at least probably about half an hour, 45 minutes or so, it felt like. And then suddenly the actual game begins and the time travel element comes in and you're fast forwarded to the 1960s. And that's when the actual proper game starts. It's really odd. And I don't know why they did it that way. They could have done a montage at the beginning just to explain what happened and why you are in the 60s. And why the Nazis have won the war. That would have been a lot quicker and a lot cleaner. But if you stick with it and you play it to that point, the game gets so good after that. I actually thought the storyline was really decent, the acting was excellent, really well done, the graphics are absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's some absolutely gorgeous environments, but most importantly it's Wolfenstein, and what's more important than anything else is the gunplay. The gunplay is fantastic, loads of absolutely awesome guns, really tight controls, really good FPS game. I had a lot of fun with it. I will say it's bloody hard. Some sections I had to do it over and over again because they were really tough, and it was a case of having to just change up your attack in certain aspects and just trying different approaches because you just get your arse handed to you. There's a few where it was just brutal. And near the end of the game there's a section where you're on a bridge, and that is just but I had to drop the difficulty down. I just couldn't do it. I tried about 15 times or more and I just could not get over the bridge. I just kept getting shot to shit. It was frustrating me so much. But besides that, it doesn't make you that angry. It's a game that you die, but you want to go back and you want to try again and again and again. It's just a really, really fun game. Really great first-person shooter. Fantastic part of the franchise of Wolfenstein anyway. Yeah, I was really quite impressed with it as well. The only real downside, I suppose, were the boss fights. They were pretty piss poor, to be honest. It's just a case of classic boss fighting, running around in a circle, waiting for the opportunity and shooting them until they die. It wasn't very good. There was a boss fight that involved this massive, humongous mechanoid creature in London, which just got extremely boring because it's like you have to shoot a certain part a couple of times, then you have to shoot another part some more times, then you have to shoot another part some more times, and it just went on for far too long, and it just got really, really repetitive and really boring. And I was just glad when it was done. Likewise, there was a part near the end. It's been a few weeks since I played this. There's a boss fight where you have to take out some airships. That got a bit annoying as well. And after taking out the airships, it wasn't really clear as to how to kill him. And when I did do it, I thought, oh, is that it? It was really straightforward, but it wasn't made clear. So the boss fight's the only thing that I didn't like about the game. I thought they were kind of crap. Also, it's weird. The game, to me, felt a lot like it had elements of Rage in terms of its open worldness. It wasn't completely open world, but there were just sections that had that kind of vibe where you're in this safe house and you have to do missions for everybody, and I hate that. I can't stand it when you go into an NPC and they're like, I need to do this, but I can't be bothered. Can you go and get this item for me? And then you have to hunt around the base to find the item and bring it back. And then they go, oh, well actually can you find this, or so-and-so needs this, and you're wondering, and it just got really irritating. and I just wanted it to move the story on and get on with the game. So that was a kind of annoyance. It also felt a little bit like Dishonored. I've never actually played that game, I've only seen footage of it. But you can do a lot of really cool stealthy knife kills, and I don't do stealth, you know that, I hate stealth. But it's so much fun in this game. The knife kills are awesome, and the fact that you can just hit the stick and just run at them full belt and just jam a knife in them, it's absolutely brutal. The violence is really over the top, but it's just what you expect from Wolfenstein. It's really fun. I was really most impressed with the story and the characters, actually. I couldn't believe how good they were, especially the acting. The acting was top notch. This kind of game I don't really expect to get top tier acting at all, because it's just an action game, just a first person shooter, but they seem to shoot for something a little bit higher this time, make a bit more effort, and I think they did a great job. I was really impressed with Wolfenstein. If you've not played it, definitely recommend giving it a shot, because it's well worth it, and it's a lot cheaper now as well. So yeah, go and try Wolfenstein New Order. As far as I know, it's on PS3, 360, Xbox One and PS4 as well, so plenty of options. Really fun game. Next up, I picked up Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Really nice, this one. It comes with the art book as well, this version. Really nice covers. It's fantastic. I absolutely adore Tomb Raider. I said in my other video that this is one of my top games of last generation, by none. Bar none. It's just an absolute masterpiece. Such a fun game to play through from beginning to end. The story's good, not great. The acting is passable, it's acceptable. I enjoyed it. I thought the actual level design was absolutely outstanding. It's just a hell of a lot of fun, and that's the thing I like the most about this game. It's just fun from beginning to end. You know, you just enjoy yourself. You start off with the beginning part where you're just learning how to kill, so you have to hunt down an animal, and then after that you just go on a rampage and it's a bloodbath, and you just shoot anybody who gets in your way, and it's awesome. It's just so much fun. The flaming arrows are the best. The screams of the blokes are just so over the top, and there's a nice amount of variety in the gameplay as well. It doesn't get boring at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've played it 3 times so far, twice 360, once on the PS4. Absolutely adore it. Now, I wasn't too sure about this whole remastered thing, whether it's going to actually make a massive difference, but it makes a huge difference on this particular game. I think I talked about it in the previous video. It really did improve a lot on the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version, mainly in the cutscenes where Lara's face looks human. She doesn't look like she's got a clay face, which is excellent. But also the actual game itself, when you're playing it, and the weather effects, the lighting, the character models just look so much better and so much more shiny and beautiful. It absolutely sold me on remastering. I've never been a fan of it because I've always seen it as a cash cow, but quite frankly, it made a big difference, and I absolutely think that it's a great thing to do. As long as they don't just do it for any game, because they are doing Sleeping Dogs, which is a fantastic game. I just don't personally think it really needs a remaster. It's a beautiful game as it is. Maybe I might be proven wrong like I was with Tomb Raider, and it'll come out, it'll be absolutely stunning, and I'll want to play through it again, because I actually love that game, and it is worth playing through it like a 3rd time. But yeah, Tomb Raider, absolutely awesome. If you've never played it, you've got whatever console you've got, PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One, just go and buy it. It's absolutely brilliant. Especially last gen as well, PS3 and 360, you can get it for like 12 quid now. It's not worth much at all. If not, and you have got a new console, the PS4, the Xbox One, the latest gen, pick up the Definitive Edition. It's just absolutely spectacular. Absolutely brilliant game. I've never been a fan of the Tomb Raider franchise. I've tried playing several of the games, never really been able to get into them. I've always found the controls to be absolutely terrible. The camera was pretty crap. I just found them kind of boring. But this one, absolutely fantastic idea to reboot. Awesome. And the last game I've been playing recently, and this one is contentious, Jesus Christ, it is Ubisoft's Watch Dogs. I don't even know where to begin with this game. My God. When Watch Dogs was released, I saw the reviews. I saw a lot of playing on YouTube as well. A lot of journalists and that doing gameplays of this. And from all the information I was hearing, the reviews were pretty decent. But everyone on Twitter was saying this game is just another sandbox game, but a badly made sandbox game. It's an atrocious mess. It's just boring. It's just, I don't want to play it. It's just horrible. And I was like, Christ. But I was looking at the gameplay and I thought, it looks good. Even though I'm sick of sandbox games, I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto 5 and gave up on it after a few hours because it just bored me senseless. And I just felt like, I don't know if it's because I'm sick of sandbox games or it's just that game in particular bored me, which is unusual because I love Grand Theft Auto, but there we go. So I wasn't 100% certain, but I thought, you know what, if it comes down to 20 quid or something, I'll give it a shot. And it did, so I did. I'm really glad I did, because I played the game, all the way through to the end, which was not an easy thing to do at all, because the one word that sums up Watch Dogs is frustrating. It is the most frustrating game I've played so far this generation, and it is a cross-generational game, so it's not strictly this generation. It is just incredibly, incredibly frustrating. It makes you scream, shout, swear. It makes you want to throw that control at the wall so much. It is just anger-inducing. And the reason for that is several reasons. The missions are a pain in the arse. Every time I did a mission, I was never able to do a mission the first time. I ended up doing them multiple times to get them right. It was so frustrating. The cars are absolutely horrific. They're like driving blocks of concrete, and they just slip and slide all over the place. They don't brake properly, and they're completely uncontrollable and absolutely horrific. I hate the cars in the game. It's terrible. So I just ended up just driving into shit and smashing stuff up because I just couldn't control it, and I just gave up trying to control it. It was terrible. I found the storyline was meh. I didn't care at all about the story. I didn't care about the characters. The only shining light in the whole story was Geordie, who was absolutely brilliant and completely underused. And I don't understand that. He was the only good character in the game, with the best acting in the game. He was funny, he was witty, you know, he was really likeable. And yet he's hardly in it. He's in it like a couple of scenes, and that's it. If they make Watch Dogs 2, he has to be front and centre because he's such a brilliant character. Aidan Pearce I did not care about at all. He was just a very generic, bland character. I can't remember what his name. The guy that looks like Rob Zombie. Didn't care about him. Didn't care about Clara. I just didn't care really. That it wasn't that interesting to me at all. It was just something you have to, you know, just get through the cutscene, move on to the next mission. Great. But it was just, oh man, the game just annoys me so much. It's just so broken and so badly designed and just frustrating as hell. But for some reason, I just didn't want to give up on it. I just kept coming back to it. There was just something about the game that just kept drawing me back in for one more try. And eventually I managed to complete the story. I was like, thank God. The end of the story, I didn't care. Spoiler alert, please fast forward if you don't want to know what the end of the game is. But for anyone who has played the game and got to the end of the game, when the credits have rolled, you're in a garage with a guy tied to a chair, and you have an option to shoot him or walk away and take the moral high ground, especially with this like really dramatic moment. I didn't care. I didn't give a shit about the story or the characters. It didn't have any dramatic impact on me, so I just shot him anyway. I just thought, whatever. We really did not give a toss at that point. Aidan Pearce had done too much anyway to redeem himself. There's no way he could go back from where he'd been. God, man. But yeah, I managed to complete the game. I was happy to complete it. I didn't want it to just be one of those games where I just give up like GTA 5. I wanted to finish it. And it's just, I don't know, man. The only good thing I can say about the game is the gunplay. Another thing, like Geordie, that was seriously underused, I felt. There wasn't enough missions where you're gunning people down. And that sounds really wrong. But what I mean is, the way that the gunplay is done is so well done. It's excellent. There were certain sections where I had the one mission in particular. I was on a freeway. I jump out of my car, spam my car around. I'm coming around the car. There's geezers shooting at me there. I wanted to flank them, take them down. They're not automatically aware of where I am, and they're still firing down there and getting confused. And it's hard to explain. It didn't feel like a normal video game does when you're trying to do flank manoeuvres. It felt really, really good, really polished. And every gun battle I got into was fantastic because every time you made a mistake, it was your mistake, it wasn't the game. And you had to just switch up your attack and try and work out a different approach and a different angle, come from a different part of the area and not go the same way, not go straight in for the front door. Think about what you're doing, hack the cameras, use the cameras to your advantage, work out where the snipers are, work out where the guys are that can call back up. It was really fun. And the side missions, the gang hideouts, which are without doubt the highlight of the whole game for me, because gang hideouts are brilliant. They're very tactical. You basically go to the hideout, and it can be in a projects, it can be in a park, it can be in a natural building, it can be anywhere, and you have to use the cameras to find out where all the guys are. And there's usually one or two targets that you have to track, but you can't actually kill them. You have to hit them with a baton and take them down. So you can only shoot the other guys, but the guy who you're taking down with the baton can shoot you. So you have to identify him first, so you don't kill the wrong person because you'll fail straight away. And then you have to tactically work your way across the area, taking out the other guys, getting to him and beating him down. And it's just so much fun. And it's brilliant. And no matter how many times you mess it up, you always want to go back and try a different approach and work something out. There's one I had where it's in like a little graveyard. And there's a guy up on the slope with a sniper rifle. There's a guy in the front door, a guy behind him, and the man you're trying to get to is right down the bottom next to a car with a load of guards around him. And I tried all different approaches. In the end, I found that the best approach was to run up the hill, just run at the guy with a sniper rifle, just hit him with a baton, take him down silently, snipe a couple of the guys that can call back up, and then just gun everybody else down. One guy did get, when I eventually did do it, one guy got away and called back up. They all piled up, I got the grenade launcher, blew all the cars up, killed them all. Another couple of guys come on the left, so I just ran down there, shot him, ran round, flanked him, smacked him with a baton, and I was done. And it's just, the gang hideouts are the most satisfying part of the whole game, because when you finally get it right, it just feels so good. I've only had one so far, which I did the other night, where I did perfectly. Silenced pistol, first time attempt, all the way through, got to the target, nailed him, didn't get killed once. I was so chuffed. And it's that sense of accomplishment that you get from playing the gang hideout section. Absolutely brilliant. Now, the game was obviously marketed as this big hacking thing, and it was a big part of the game when it's shown at E3 originally, and it's a big deal. The hacking is pretty minimal. It's basically just pressing the square button, that's all it is. Just hold the square button down to hack a camera, and you can go from camera to camera to camera, and you look around. And it's not really hacking, it's just a minimal, it's not a gimmick, but it's just something that's just thrown in there, because it can be handy, especially the gang hideouts, where you can use the cameras, you can identify guys. Some of them, their phones will explode, so you can, if you're really good, you can get them, wait till they walk in the vicinity of other guys, so you've got 3 or 4 of them together, set the explosive up and blow them all up. Although some of them can work out how to deactivate it and will throw it away, and it'll blow up elsewhere. It's really, really good. Yeah, other than that, you use it to like hack open gates to get through certain areas, which I thought sometimes was convoluted and unnecessary. It just felt there's no point to doing it. It was just there for the sake of it, like a puzzle. It was just a bit irritating. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I raged on Twitter a few times about this game because it just makes you so angry and frustrated, and you just want to give up. But if you are playing it and you feel like that, don't give up. Just keep going and playing it, because you know there is nuggets of fun in there, but they're only small nuggets. For the majority of the time, the game is just going to make you want to just scream and throw your pad. But yeah, the gunplay is fantastic. I really, really love the gunplay. I absolutely adore the gang hideout. It's absolutely fantastic fun. Yeah, the only thing I found weird was that one of the main enemies was called Iraq, which I was like, is that really appropriate? I don't know. But I was like, oh, well, fair enough. They are a French team, I'll let them off. But yeah, it's just, it's a definite mixed bag. It definitely does not live up to all the proposed hype when the game was announced and what they were, you know, kind of aiming for, I suppose. But it's still a serviceable game. It's just a very frustrating game. When you play games like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row, this does not match up to those at all in terms of quality. But it's still, because it has that good, solid, exciting, fun gun battle and the gang hideouts, it makes it worth owning. But I wouldn't pay a lot of money for it, because you will get extremely frustrated. So those are the games I've been playing recently, guys. I have started a new one. I'm currently playing Murdered Soul Suspects. So once I've completed that, I'll make a video about that and talk about my thoughts on that game as well. And obviously if I pick anything else up, I'll talk about those as well. So yeah, I love doing these videos because I like to vary it up and talk about modern as well as retro, because you know, I do play everything. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help when you do that. You know, share the video. And if you want to see more videos, just click on subscribe. That'll keep you up to date with all my new videos. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all again soon.